Yes, 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 yes. It is here. WrestleMania. This is probably gonna go up way too late. But what's going on, you guys? It's your boy, Money Miles J, because when money talks, people listen. And yes, it is WrestleMania weekend. WrestleMania has finally arrived. WrestleMania 40. This is the first WrestleMania without any of the McMahons. Well, with the exception of Triple H, if you count him. But this is a brand new era. WrestleMania 40 is the first ever WrestleMania without Vince McMahon. And this is going to be really, really interesting. The WrestleMania card for each night is stacked. And I got to admit, there's some matches up here that really don't catch my attention. But the hottest thing going, of course, has to be the main event spot. Has to be the Cody Rhodes, the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns saga featuring the I will actually have to say that this is the Cody Rhodes and The Rock featuring Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has been pretty much the side piece of this whole feud since Cody has won the Royal Rumble. The Rock has pretty much just overshadowed Roman entirely, and I think that, and I would say that that's a problem, but I think if it goes the way that I hope it does, then this is all going to turn out for the better. So what I'm here to do is just pretty much give my predictions. I want to try and make this quick. I thought that I had recorded this prior, but it seems like it got lost in the sauce, so I have to redo it. So I have to redo some of my predictions, and I just had to grab my notes real quick. So we're going with, of course, we're going to start off with night one. It only makes sense. Starting off with night one, we have the first match up, most likely, is Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch for the Women's World Championship. Now, Rhea Ripley's been on a roll. Becky Lynch, she's been hot, but not as hot as she was when she initially became the man. But in my opinion, for real, I wasn't really interested in this matchup. They tried their best to try and draw some interest in it, but I think this is I think it's gonna be a really good match. But my money is on Rhea retaining. Of course, Rhea retaining this title and moving on because right now Becky Lynch really doesn't need the title. Um, I just I just don't see them taking the title off of Rhea just yet. I feel like she should hold on to the title, and I'm going to get into a little bit more details when we get into some other matches. So the other match that we have up is going to be for it is a six-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. And the way that they presented this, or the way that they mentioned this, especially the Miz, was that in order to win, you have to retrieve both sets of belts. So you have to have the Raw and the SmackDown Tag Team titles, which leads into everybody speculating, including myself, and I actually said this before, that the tag team titles are going to be split. And if that's the case, then I feel like the Miz and R-Truth are gonna win the Raw Tag Team Championships, which leads me to believe that maybe either the New Catch Republic, which is Pete Dunne and Tally Bate, win the SmackDown Tag Team titles. But I really don't think the only other thing that I can think of is if A Town Down Under wins it. So that way you have A Town Down Under with the tag team titles, and they're hanging around Logan Paul with the United States Championship. So all three of them are champions, and they can go around gloating and everything like that. So that's the only thing I can think of. Um, that's if those two. That's if the titles were to be split. If they're not to be split, then I see DIY taking it. Like yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna go with. If it's not gonna be split, then DIY. Then you also have Rey Mysterio and Andrade, which is initially supposed to be on Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee was taken out, so Andrade is taking his place versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic. In my opinion, I want to say that it's gonna be the LWO winning this, but I can see like I just got this feeling that Carlito is gonna turn on them. I feel like it's Carlito's that's gonna turn. Turn at some point if he doesn't turn tonight. Then we got Jimmy and Jay Uso 1-on-1. brother versus brother, Uso versus Uso. And it seems like we have brother versus brother every 15 years. But I I feel like Jay is gonna win because he's the one that they're gonna push. Jimmy's been losing left and right. But it'd be interesting to have Jimmy win so that way they can continue on the feud. They can continue on with the feud at Backlash, and then Jay will get the win, and then they'll have a rubber match. My gut's telling me Jay, but I'm gonna go with Jimmy this time around. This is gonna suck. Looking back at this, we also have the 6-woman tag team match, which is Damage Control of Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane going up against Bianca Belair, Naomi, and Jade Cargill. My God. Yes, finally in the WWE ring after months of being signed. We finally get to see her in action in a match outside of the Royal Rumble. So this is gonna be good. I'm gonna give it to the big three. Jade Cargill is gonna be the one to get the pin and gonna be able to get the win for the team. That's my prediction of her getting the pin as well. We have Gunther, who has been on this tremendous reign. He has made the Intercontinental Championship the championship to win. Like him and this reign has been incredible, longest reign in history. And he's going 1-on-1 against Sami Zayn. Now, in my opinion, I really feel like it should be Chad Gable because he put on a hell of a show against him on Monday Night Raw. I really feel like it should be Chad Gable. And right now they got this Rocky 4 type of thing. You know they really love Rocky 4 because they had him doing a training montage where Chad Gable was his coach, in a sense, his trainer, trying to let him know there is no tomorrow. This got Chad Gable playing the role of Apollo Creed and trying to slap some life into him. Let him know there is no tomorrow. That you gotta win this now. I so badly wish. I want to say that it's Sami Zayn winning this one. I want to say Sami Zayn wins this one. Take the title off of him, and or you can have Chad actually cost him the match, or like he wins the match, but then Chad turns on him or something like that. But eventually, there's got to be something between Chad Gable and Sami Zayn with the Intercontinental title, and Gunther moves on to the world title because it's about that time for him to move on. Then finally, we have the Bloodline, The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. You got that match going on. If The Rock and Roman win, then the match on night 2 between Cody and Roman will be Bloodline rules. If Cody and Seth win, then Bloodline will be barred from ringside. Now, in my opinion, as much as I would love for Cody and Seth to win, I'm gonna say that it's gonna be The Rock and Roman Reigns, and it's gotta be The Rock. It's gotta be The Rock pinning Cody. He's gotta be pinning Cody, and that can definitely lead into some more stuff, because then you have him taking that belt and then giving it to his mom in the front row and everything, just like he said. Just like he said. So then that means that night 2, the match is going to be Bloodline rules. So that's my predictions for night 1. Stay tuned for night 2 predictions.